What is going on, guys? Kaiser here with another Genshin Impact video, and today we're going to be talking about the upcoming Klee banner, and if you as a free-to-play / low-budget player should be spending your hard-earned Primo Gems on it or not. So without further ado, let's just get right into it. So, this new banner, obviously it includes Klee herself, she's pretty adorable, and it also includes Xingqiu, Sucrose, and Noelle. So let's just start with Noelle. I have 2 out of the 3 characters in the Rate Up banner, and I'm going to be giving you my thoughts and opinions on if they're good at all and what they could be used for. So, here's Noelle. So let's start by talking about Noelle's constellation, because, well, this is going to be a big factor as she's part of the Rate Up banner. If you're going for Klee, you're probably going to end up getting a lot of Noelle's, Xingqiu's, and Sucroses, so you're definitely going to get at least a few constellations on them. So this might be a factor in if you want to summon or not. So first constellation is I Got Your Back. While Sweeping Time and Breastplate are both in effect, the chance of Breastplate's healing effects activating is increased by 100%. Got Combat Maid, decreases the stamina consumption of Noelle's charge attacks by 20% and increases her charge attack damage by 15%. Invulnerable Maid increases the level of Breastplate by 3. Maximum upgrade level is 15. To be cleaned. When Breastplate's duration expires or is destroyed by damage, it will do a 400% attack or geo damage to surrounding enemies. Favonius Sweeper Master. Increases the level of sweeping time by 3. Maximum upgrade is level 15. And must be spotless. Sweeping time increases Noelle's attack by an additional 50% of her defense. Additionally, every enemy defeated during the skill's duration adds 1 second to the duration, up to 10 seconds. Let me just say, Noelle is, she's pretty good as a support character, right? A support / healer. That is her main role. You don't really want to be doing damage with her. You don't want to be a support DPS. You want to just be full support healer, like defense, right? She has her shield, which can heal your allies. She has her ultimate, which you can kind of go crazy with a little bit. It's alright, it works. But her main role, honestly, is going to be a healer. And now, here's the thing. I'm going to be honest with you guys. While Noelle can definitely be very good, she's very viable, especially if you get her constellation up, I personally prefer using Barbara in that role of a healer. Now, why Barbara? Well, she heals just for more. She has healing, then she also has her water effect. When you have healing, it makes you become wet, and this can react with other elements and give you a boost. Geo itself is unreactive. It doesn't react with other elements. So all you're going to get is the heals, and you don't get the heals all the time either when you put up the shield. She's great for defense. If you need the defense, the survivability, she's great for that. But for the healing itself, there are better options in the game. Barbara and Chi-Chi are both better as healers, in my opinion. She's definitely not bad by any means, but she's a bit outclassed when it comes to healing. Now, let's talk about Xingqiu. Xingqiu is more of a support character as well. He's not going to be used as a main DPS. He's more of a support DPS / enabler type. And let me talk about his constellations. So we have the Scent Remained. Now what this does is increases the maximum number of rain swords by 1. Rainbow Upon the Azure Sky. Extends the duration of Guhua's sword Rain Cutter by 3 seconds. Decreases the Hydra resistance enemies hit by sword rain attacks by 15% for 4 seconds. Weaver of Verses. Increases the level of Guhua's sword Rain Cutter by 3. Maximum upgrade is level 15. Evil Soother. Throughout the duration of Guhua's sword Rain Cutter, the damage dealt by Guhua's sword Fatal Rain Screen is increased by 50%. Embrace of Rain. Increases the level of Guhua's sword Fatal Rain Screen by 3. Maximum upgrade is 15. And then hence call them my own verses. Activating 2 of Guhua's sword, Rain Cutter's sword, rain attacks, greatly increases the damage of the third. Xingqiu regenerates 3 energy when sword rain attacks hit enemies. Now what does Xingqiu excel at? Well, if you have a lightning as your main DPS, so you have Baido, you have Keqing, you have Razor as your main DPS, well, Xingqiu actually is very good. He's very good in this position as a support because you have your water. Water is a very good element to pair with Electro. It's going to give you a lot of damage. If you have Mona, Mona would definitely be better at this role though. So if you do have Mona, use her. If you don't, Xingqiu can work in similar position. His ability gives you these water swords around you, and they affect your enemies with Hydro. They stay up after you switch out of him. So he's good as a support. You swap to him, and then you swap back to your other character and keep the Hydro effect. And if you have a Lightning or even a Pyro for the Vaporize, that's also good as a main DPS to pair with Xingqiu. But on his own, he is alright. He also does a bit of healing, but he's outclassed by Barbara. So if you want a Hydro healer, definitely go with Barbara instead of Xingqiu. He's also outclassed as a support DPS. So he's good. He's good at a lot of different things, but he's not amazing at any one of them. So if you want a good all-around character as a support, he could do a bunch of different things. He's not the best at them, but you kind of want the versatility, then yes, I would say it's worth it to summon and get Xingqiu. And his constellations are pretty good too. So if that's what you want, definitely go for it. But if you already have Barbara, you already have Mona, you have any of those, then honestly, I wouldn't bother with Xingqiu. He's outclassed in specific fields. So he's good, but not the best at anything. And next up we have Sucrose. Sucrose is honestly probably the best of these 4-star characters in the rate-up banner, and she's only one of these 3 that I don't have. But from what I've seen, she actually could be pretty crazy. Now, I know a lot of people call her Walmart Venti. She's a Nemo, she has a similar kind of support role, and she's not as good as Venti from what I've seen. So she has really good crowd control, and it does a lot of Nemo damage. You could really get enemies in one spot and damage them all at one time. Again, similar to Venti, she fills a similar role. If you already have Venti, then don't bother at all with Sucrose, honestly. If you don't have Venti, then Sucrose could be a worthwhile investment if you don't want to use your Nemo Traveler for that support role. So her constellations. Now, Constellation level 1 is actually really, really good. Like, compared to other characters, her first constellation is really worthwhile getting. So, her first constellation, Clustered Vacuum Field. Astable Anemo Hypostasis Creation. 6308 gains 1 additional charge. This means you get an extra ability to use. Basically, you get an extra charge, and this is going to massively help you out. It's actually pretty crazy how good this first constellation is. So if you get more than one of her, which you probably will if you are going to summon on this banner, you're going to get a lot of return of Sucrose. She's going to be really good to at least get that first constellation. If you get that first constellation, she's honestly definitely worth it. But if you don't and you end up getting a bunch of Xingqius, a bunch of Noelles, then it's not as good as if you manage to pull 2 Sucroses if you don't have her yet. Next up we have Beth, Unbound Form. The duration of Forbidden Creation, Isomer 75, Type 2 is increased by 2 seconds. We have Flawless Alchemistress, increases the level of Astable Anemo Hypostasis Creation 6308 by 3. Maximum upgrade level is 15. You have Alchemania, every 7 normal and charged attacks. Sucrose will reduce the CD of Astable Anemo Hypostasis Creation 6308 by 1 to 7 seconds. This is also a really good constellation. You could just do 7 normal attacks and you'll get this bonus, and it's really good. You won't want to be doing 7 charge attacks because that will probably take you a while. It's not really worth it, I don't think. But this normal attacks, it kind of gives her a bit of uniqueness, honestly. Like it could really help fit her in as her own. I know, again, people call her great value Walmart Venti, but she does have her own kind of role to play. It is very similar to Venti though, so do as you will of that knowledge. Next up we have Caution Standard Flask. Increase the level of Forbidden Creation, Isomer 75, Type 2 by 3. Maximum upgrade is level 15. Then finally we have Chaotic Entropy. If Forbidden Creation Isomer 75 Type 2 triggers an elemental absorption, all party members gain a 20% elemental damage bonus for the corresponding absorbed element during its duration. So I'd say out of these 3 characters, Sucrose is definitely the strongest. If you don't have Venti already, then Sucrose could be a great support character. And honestly, I think she would be considered worth it. Let's talk about Klee herself. The main reason a lot of people want to summon this banner, because she's just so cute. She's so kawaii. On this channel, we already have some gameplay as Klee. If you want to check that out, the link will be in the description. You can see how she runs, see for yourself if you like her abilities. But let's just get right into them. So she has her Kaboom ability, which, throws things that go boom, and it hit things. And it's pretty unique compared to the other Catalyst abilities. You throw it, it bounces on the floor. You have these things that leave on the floor, enemies hit them, and they explode. She's pretty fun to play. I'm going to be honest. She's a pretty fun character to play. But the thing is, if you already have a Pyro DPS, she's excels as a DPS, right? That's her role. She's a selfish DPS. She does a lot of damage, and she's pretty selfish. So you'd probably want her as either a main or maybe a support DPS. But if you already have a pyro DPS like Diluc, you already have maybe even Bennett or anyone like that, Sean Gling, you already have her boosted up a lot. Honestly, she becomes a lot less significant, especially if you already have someone like Diluc. But if you don't have a bunch of other fire characters and you really like her design, then yes, I would say she's worth it. Look, here's the thing. If you like her design, no matter what I say, it doesn't matter. You want her, you summon for her, you get her, right? That's all that matters at the end of the day, is if you like her design, go for her. Me personally, I'm not a big fan of the design. I'm not a big fan of the lolly characters. I prefer the more waifu type characters. Either the waifus or just the cool Chad anime guys like Diluc. I don't care about the lollies, right? So if you like her, you think she's cute, then definitely go for her. If not, honestly, I'd say skip it. Or if you have fire characters already and you're uncertain if you should go for her or not, then I would say skip it, because honestly, guys, if you already have fire characters, it's probably not worth it. Let's talk about her constellations anyways, and I'll say again, as a free-to-play player, we're probably never going to get her constellations. If you do get her, which is a 50% chance of getting her when you get to 90 summons, it's going to take you a lot of summons to get her constellations, what I'm trying to say. But her first one is Chained Reaction. Attacks and skills have a certain chance to summon a spark that bombards enemies, dealing damage equal to 120% of sparks and slashes damage. Next we got Explosive Frags. Being hit by Jumpy Dumpty's mines decreases enemy defense by 23% for 10 seconds. We got Exquisite Compound, increases the level of Jumpy Dumpty by 3. Maximum upgrade level is 15. Got Sparkly Explosion. If Klee leaves the field during the duration of her Sparks and Slash, her departure triggers an explosion that deals 555% of her attack as AoE pyro damage. Now this one, if you are well and you're watching this free-to-play video for some reason, this is actually a crazy, insane passive for a constellation to have. This actually makes her really good. So if you're going to whale out and you get to this point of constellation level 4, then she becomes very worth it. Very worth it, because you could switch out of her. You could use your ability and switch out to a different character, and then it'll trigger an explosion dealing lots and lots of damage as pyro. So it's very good. But again, this is a free-to-play / low-budget guide. We're probably never going to get to constellation level 1, let alone level 4. So this shouldn't play a factor in your decision making. And then we got Nova Burst, increases the level of Sparks and Splash by 3, maximum upgrade level is 15, and finally, Blazing Delight. Constellation, level 6, while under the effects of Sparks and Splash, other members of the party will continuously regenerate energy. When Sparks and Splash is used, all party members will gain 10% pyro damage bonus for 25 seconds. This again is a good constellation, but we're probably never going to see it, so again, don't really factor that in your decision-making process. So overall, what I say, the Klee banner is worth it as a free-to-play / low-budget player. Look guys, I'm going to be honest, I know I'm going to get some hate for this. I would probably say no. I would say hold on your money. Why? Well, the 4-star characters in the write-up banner, they're good, right? Sucrose is really good. If you like Sucrose, okay, in that case, you like Sucrose, I would say it's worth it. If you like Sucrose, if you don't have Venti and you want Sucrose, you want that support to kind of fill the similar role of Venti, then yes, it's worth it. But if you don't like Sucrose, you don't care about the design of Klee, you're a free-to-play player, you just want good characters, then no. I would say no, honestly. Because Sing Cho, he's good as support, but other characters outclass him. He's good all around, but not great at anything, so other characters are going to do a better job. And then with Noelle, she is a decent healer, but Chi-Chi and Barbara, you know, is free at level 20 pretty much, so Chi-Chi and Barbara, they're going to do a better job at healing. Noelle has defense, she has a shield, which is nice, but if you're good at dodging, the shield's not that useful anyways. So overall, if you just want good characters and you want, you know, a good rate-up banner, I would say skip it. Because the last banner that had Fischl, that had Barbara, that had Sean Ling and Venti, honestly, you got a lot more bang for your buck with that. Because Sean Ling is really good. Fischl is insane SS tier support, and then you got Barbara, who is a very good healer, and of course Venti, who's a lot of people consider the best unit in the game. That was a lot of just value right there. And this banner, you have some good choices. Sucrose is good, but she's no Venti, and the other characters are just kind of alright. They're good, they're not great though. So now I am going to give you a little bit of gameplay, right, just so you can see for yourself how Singcho and Noelle operate on a team. Again, they don't do anything, they don't honestly do that much in this gameplay. It's more about who your main DPS is and who your main support DPS is, but you'll get a little bit of an idea of how they would actually function in a group. So here you go.
逃がさぬ。いけ。
I'm sorry if you don't like what I had to say. I'm just being honest with you guys. I don't wanna tell you guys these guys are amazing. They're the best in the game. You should summon now. I want to be real with you. If you want to spend your money, if you like the characters, then still go for it. Don't let me tell you otherwise. Don't listen to me if you like them. I mean, if you like them, that's what the point of a game is, right? The game is meant to have fun. You want to have fun in the game. If you like a character, then definitely go for it. This is Breath of the Waifu, right? You want the character, then summon it. But if you just want who's the best characters, the best value, bang for your buck on a banner as a free-to-play, it's not worth it. I hope you found this video helpful, guys. If you like what you saw, please be sure to rate, comment, subscribe. Let me know in comments if you disagree with me, if you think these characters are super amazing, SSSSSSSS tier. But yeah, that's all I got for you guys. Thank you guys for watching. Kai Zerker out. Peace and booyah.